Hello everybody, it's JFM here to give you another video. It's another one of these videos where we get to see the inside look, or get a better view of the making of one of my comics. And here it is. Here's the making of Jeff and Taylor episode 2, Race Junkies. We all remember that episode from last month, and so I think it's time we actually look at the actual pages, the raw pages. The raw inked pages that's never been touched. And what you're looking at right now in front of you is the well, it's the second version of the cover, and you can see it's similar to the official official cover, only it's Ashley with Jeff and Taylor in the foreground while the girls are in the background. And just a little fun fact, this is an actual poster that I drew back in senior year in high school. And this is a very poor quality photo once you look at it in person, because all this detail is very fuzzy, and I'm glad I didn't use this as the cover. I'm glad I remade it. So, let's actually dive in. Yeah. What was I thinking? Well, just so you know, this is an actual remake. Yeah, I finished the original episode 2 November of 2006, and this was finished the summer of 2009. Yes, I believe it was. And yeah, what you're looking at now is the remake, and compared to the original, this is very good, but I bet I can do better. But hey, if that were the case, then I'll be doing nothing but remakes all the time. Remember what I said? That David's car is based on a Nissan Skyline, and it is. It is based on a Nissan Skyline, and only it's called a hot rod or something. I don't know. It's a hot rod. A hot rod. Don't be thinking that. Don't be thinking that. Yeah. But just so you know, this whole interaction between David and the drive-thru, as a matter of fact, it is a joke that I made up a long time ago when my dad was ordering food from the drive-thru at a KFC, and it's so funny. Well, just to make fun of my dad, it's just very funny to hear him shout 16-piece meal in a Hispanic accent. And I can just imagine David just saying 16-piece meal in his Brooklyn accent, only, hey, 16-piece meal, saying like that. And I always thought it would be funny if the speaker in the drive-thru was so crappy that you couldn't hear anything and it's all static, and it's like, could you repeat that, sure? And then there's silence, and then it totally screeches in your ear. And I told this joke to my cousin and my sister, and they thought it was very funny. So I added this. So I added it in my comic. You know, just one way of being original and making jokes. Just based it on personal experiences. Of course, it didn't. The speaker didn't really screech in my dad's ear. I just thought it would be funny if that happened. And if I can zoom in a little bit, that is the Nostalgia Critic. Yes, he's making a cameo. In fact, the Nostalgia Critic makes a lot of cameos in Jeff and Taylor episodes, even though he's not really an official joke character like Crazy Cat or Greg, the Kung Fu Man, or the Karate Man. But yeah, he is a guy who makes cameo appearances. Just a guy that I kind of admire. Just like Nintendo Capri Sun, he's recently put in my comics as in cameos, and Tom Preston, if you know him, Andrew Dobson, he makes cameos. Okay. Yeah, compared to the original, I mean, Lily looks horrible, but she looks awesome here. You can see this is her old clothing, showing the cleavage and all, and her little modified fedora hat. I don't know what it is. Yeah, nothing else to say. This is how it is. Oh man, look at this. I'm sorry. You know, if I can make fun of myself, I didn't try to make this into a good-looking Big Ben sculpture or centerpiece. This isn't good. This is terrible. What was I thinking? What was I thinking? Believe me, there's going to be lots of times where I make fun of my own artwork here. So you can see, like this right here. Jeff's neck is a little too thick. Yeah, and just like in the originals, my characters' necks were very thick. It's like, what are they? Are they lifting weights or something? And I also could have done a better job at zooming in on the breast here with Ashley. You know, since I draw my boobs better now. Look at David's hand. It's like a mitt to catch baseballs. Baseball mitt. And sometimes what I used to do is that I would add the speech bubble in the computer in Microsoft Paint. So that's why I just left it like this with no speech bubble, because I kind of like my speech bubbles. Oh, excuse me, to have a little bit of I don't know, perfectness to make a perfect ellipse. But that's not the case now. I like to hand draw my speech bubbles. I mean, sometimes I would draw them in ellipses, but yeah. It's easy to make an ellipse in Microsoft Paint, but since I don't use Microsoft Paint anymore because it's so primitive, then I just don't bother with that. I just hand draw my speech bubbles. Yeah, well, I have nothing else to say. I may have to fast forward this part because there's nothing really significant to say. Only, yeah, Willie is so sweet that she turns evil, which I like. I like the fact that I added this compared to the original, which I will show. I will show. Don't worry. I know I keep talking about the original, but I will show it. Like especially in the original, I changed the story. Like, the go-kart wasn't in the original. In the original, they were driving David's car, but I'm just spoiling now. I'm just spoiling, and it's also fun to see J&T working on a thing, like their mechanics or some shit. Oops, did I swear? Watch your mouth, young man. Also, you don't use a buffer to fix a go-kart. And a sander, you don't use that to fix a go-kart too. Are you gonna paint it? Oh no. I do have to admit, okay, the whole slumber party thing, it's a little bit of a fan. Oh, I forgot the word. Is it? And the fan pandering? Fan appreciation. I forgot the word. If you do something sexy for your fans, it's called fan service. There we go. Fan service. I don't know why I forgot that word. See the cleavage? The cleavage on these girls. I'll tell you what. You know, I usually don't draw cleavage on the Western girls anymore unless they're wearing bathing suits. But yeah, especially this angle. I like this angle. You know, typical. I used a reference for this. You know, an actual busty girl. And that's how it looks like. That's how it looks from the bottom. Here's here's some more doodles. This is supposed to be Jared with steam coming out of his ears, with a cat mouth and eyes very anime looking. Here's Zach with his doofy face. This is so funny. This is so funny. I got it from Alvin Obashi, but this is crazy, man. Okay, I'm just oh man, this is gold. This is comedy gold. Okay, well yeah, we see Jeff and Ashley make a little wager, and evil eye. They're evil. Oh, here's another sketch of some I think a skeleton. But yeah. Sometimes I would leave the background a little bit of blank, and then as soon as it's all printed and everything, I ink everything up. So I ink it. Also, he looks so stout. Taylor looks so stout here. He looks so short and all baggy and stout, and I don't like it. Also, I like the zoom in on the butt. That is a nice touch. Yes. Oh, I guess I was originally supposed to use this picture as a. No, I was originally going to draw a picture, and then I used it as a page. Yeah, nothing else to talk. Oh, no. Yeah, basically, I changed the story, and the story is much better. See, and I used interesting angles like this and this. I just like these two panels together. They're awesome. I also used a reference to use this. You know, in the movie Back to the Future, when Marty was just about to get run over with that car that Biff is driving with his buddies, and then you see and then Marty practically runs over the car. Yeah, and just like this. I use that as a reference. Yeah, a little Back to the Future reference. Only, you know, they're not really evil. The Western girls aren't evil. I also like this. This is nice. A little bit of reminiscing of an old story I did way back then about Jeff with there's a little bit of crossover where Jeff goes to Japan and he meets the characters from Tenchi, and then Ryoko blows something up, and then Jeff does a little pose like this. He flies just like this, and this is just a little reference to that very, very old book that I drew, that I threw away like a fool. Yeah. I mean, what teenage boy wouldn't want to experience this? I mean, I sure did one time, and it's great. And you see a little Chris Chan reference, little Chris Chan doll, and this right here, this little scepter is supposed to be Count Graduan. You know, the scepter that Mary Lee Walsh holds. If you know what I'm talking about, the whole Sonichu thing. Yeah, here we go. Here's the inappropriate boob joke that Jeff makes. And that's it. But right now, I'm going to show you the original. Well, I mean, not all the pages, because I don't, you know, it's not really that good. But I'm just going to show you a certain amount of pages. Here's the copyright claim. You know, I actually submitted this online to the U.S. government, so it's official. Here's the script, and here is the thumbnails for everything. See, you know. Hey, have you guys seen the recent Jeff and Taylor strip that I have? I'm beginning to put a little bit more emphasis on Lily's accent, her southern accent, because you can see in one line she says, "I'll be finer than a frog's hair." You know, I actually done some research, and I think that's what some southerners say as a little bit of a simile or metaphor. Here we go. Here is the original cover. Let me zoom in on some details. Yeah, this little box is what the logo is going to be located. And here's David looking concerned. Here's Taylor pointing at David's car because they're going to drive it at the race. And here's Ashley. And here's Jeff with his doofy face. Doofy head. Here's the last page of the, you know, script for some reason. And remember that one establishing shot with David driving his car? Well, this is it. Oops. Yep, that's it. I mean, let's compare. This is a much more interesting panel than this. And the whole room, it's so dumb looking. Also, I used better use of perspective with the back seat than this here. It was all terrible. It's terrible. I don't like it. I gotta clean myself up. Okay. Alright, let me show you, remember that one, the shot of Lily showing her cleavage? Here she is in the original. Oh, so disappointing. Look at that neck! I told you that their necks are thick. It's like they're working out, doing some neck crunches. Here's a zoom in on her boobs, and then Jeff saying, face palm for a million times because of this comic. Oh yeah, here's an interesting panel. That's very different. That's very different from the actual story. Jeff is actually practicing. He's getting familiar with David's car. And David's on the passenger seat, showing him all the ropes. And since it is a manual stick shift, Taylor actually cranks the parking stick. Yeah, and then it actually rolls back and almost crashes into a garbage can. And then David's like, "Oh, thank God. Thank God the bozos didn't hurt you, baby." And he's like, "Get out. Get the hell out of my car." And then Jeff's like, "Boo." Okay. Remember that the whole milkshake boob joke? Well, it was supposed to be here instead of the end. It's because they were going to meet in Big Ben's place again before the whole wager thing appears. You know. remember, yeah, yeah. Here's Greg. What I was talking about. I want to show you guys something, a little video, but you have to get familiar with Greg first. Greg, this is him, the the guy who was well, you know, the video game that Jeff and Taylor was playing. You know, Super Greg Fighter. That man in the blue karate outfit. That's Greg, and you'll get familiar with that. What else happened? What else happened? Okay, remember the bear? The little teddy bear that went psycho? Well, instead of flinging himself onto Jeff's face, he grabs a little piece of scrap metal, throws it, and actually damages David's car while they were driving. Oh, here's a dumb bird. A bird. Here's that little explosion again. Only it's very strange looking. David's car gets destroyed, and he gets very pissed off. And then Ashley is like, "Don't get mad at them. I'll buy you a new thing, a new car because I'm rich. I'm rich. You see me driving. Get rich or die trying." 50 Cent was awesome before 2005. Dun dun. Bum bum. Bum 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 bum. If you know 50 Cent and actually know the song that I was humming, then you are a winner. Because that's an awesome song. Okay. Oh, that's it. That's all I'm going to show you guys on a little bit of a... on this video. Let's look at Jeff and Taylor Episode 2, Race Junkies. Yeah. Yeah, just, I think it's about time I actually did another one of these videos, because the last one was a bit successful, I guess. Getting almost 400 views is successful in my opinion. Also, I think I almost have 1,000 subscribers in this channel. So, yeah. There you have it, guys. Yeah. JFM out. I'm hungry. I should... My stomach's growling. I should cook a pizza in the oven. Like I always do. I always eat my pizzas and burgers and stuff that Americans eat all the time. But, yeah, that's it. I'm at 20 minutes now. Well, I'm going to fast forward a little bit. But, yeah. I'll see you guys later. And my messy work center says goodbye too. So, JFM out. Goodbye, guys.